All right.
Participants, please start introducing yourself.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning. Yes, one at a time. What's your
Sir,
name?
my name is Samrish Krishnan. I'm from third year mechanical engineering. Sir.
Lovely. I would
Have a
like.
great day. Sir.
Nice, nice, nice. Next person. Is that the only one person would we have in the room? I could see a lot of names.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning,
Sir, I am Nandakumar, sir. I am
Nandakumar.
from.
Yeah. What year, Nandakumar?
Sir,
What year? Is it first year, second year, third year? What year are you in?
third year mechanical, sir.
Very good, very good. Next person.
Sir, good morning, sir. Myself, my name is Damodaran, sir, from third year mechanical engineering.
Great, great. Thanks, Damodaran. Next person. Come on, guys, quick.
Sir, good morning.
Yeah, good
Sir,
morning.
good morning. My name is Shay Hasana, sir. I am from third year mechanical.
Lovely, lovely, beautiful. Next person.
So my name is Sakir Hussain. I am from third year mechanical.
Ha, good. Sakir Hussain. Next person.
Good morning, sir. I am Jishraj from third year mechanical.
Hey, Jishnuraj. Good, good. Next person.
Sir, I'm Vignesh Foran from third year mechanical, sir.
Very good. Sounds very confident, huh? Good job. Next person.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Morning, sir. I'm Abraham from second year mechanical.
Okay, good morning, Abraham. How many more to go? Are there more? Or are we done? All right, no problem, guys. Anyhow, see, the reason why I've been asking about your name, because I know you are at home sitting back and relaxing. But this time, this session, I really wish to make it highly participative and more interactive, because I really don't want it to be another boring lecture where you just sit back and listen to what I say and end of the session that you take back home nothing. So it's not about the amount of attention that you pay during this 1 or 2 hours, but what really matters is what you carry back home. So because by until now, most of you are in second years and third years, and then you might have had listened to a lot of lectures online and offline about scientific stuff, about spiritual stuff, about your career building, whatsoever topic. But you would barely remember anything. That's the problem. So when someone talks about it, you say, yes, I know this, but I don't remember it. So there is no practice that's happening. So I really wish to make this session interactive and participative and ensure that you can carry something back home. So in a way that this session is going to be highly beneficial. So I want all of yours 100% attention, full attention to the things that I wish to share with you today. It's about a lot of things. So though the topic says industrial comeback after COVID-19, we haven't yet recovered from COVID-19 yet. That's a fact. And we never know what the world is going to look like after COVID-19. We are close to COVID-20 now, and we never know there's going to be a 21 or 22. So all we can do is not to prepare for a world after COVID-19, but we can prepare for a world, a better world. We can prepare a better version of ourselves so that, no matter what challenges, what we face, maybe there is COVID now, and maybe there could be something else. The calamities can keep happening in this world, and nobody is going to stop that. Nobody can ever stop that. So the idea is to upskill ourselves. The idea is to improve your skill sets. The idea is to always have a better version of you so that you prepare yourself against all these calamities and overcome these challenges. That is the motive. Of course, without by saying it goes that COVID-19 has definitely disrupted the lives of people all over the world. It's not just the thing of India or about Bangladesh or the neighboring countries. Students are no exception to this scenario. And I would say, the one of the sector that's been highly impacted is, of course, the students, because this unprecedented times have a trail of uncertainty for students worrying about career and job. I know you are all equally worried. There is a panic attack going on. What next? Because you are close to your final year, you're close to your decision making part of your career, and you don't know what next because there is a lot of uncertainty. There is a lot of indefinite things. Would you be able to find a job? Would I be able to graduate myself? Would I be able to give the exams? There is a lot of questions in your head, right? So more than 33% of the engineering students in India are worried about their placement issues because I've done my research. So pretty much everybody is worried. And a recent survey suggests that only 27% of engineering students are confident of getting placed with the desired pay package. Only 27. So what about the remaining 80% or 75%? They don't have any guarantee that they would be able to find a job. If they find a job, it may not be with their desired pay package. So that is going to leave you heartbroken because you are studying for something, you have higher goals, higher purpose in your life, and finally you end up in a job that you don't like, and plus it is not even a desired package. It's definitely going to break your heart, and 80% of the students are going to face that. Now this talk will be all about how to overcome that. How can we find a job with our majors with a desired package? And the survey actually involved about close to 1,000 students hailing from all engineering disciplines, not just mechanical. They're from electronics, electrical, aerospace, aeronautics, space, whatsoever, So, and most of the students did not have a campus placement in their colleges, and nearly 76% of the students said that there is no campus placement happening. But and even if they had, there is no guarantee that they would get a job. So guys, the idea is the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted especially the third year students, the final year students, more than the first years and the second years. And why am I saying that? Because especially the third years and final year students, they are working on their project, the semester project, the mini project, the major project, and most of them had to leave it the midway due to the lockdown. It might have happened to you as well because during your third year. I'm not sure whether you've started with the mini project. Usually it starts in the final year. So even they're all equally affected because they don't know how it's going to look like. So the world will be totally different. It's a very interesting topic to talk about because the reason when Suresh sir approached me and they said Altaf, there is an opportunity. Would you be able to take up this seminar? So I said, sir, this is moreover like an opportunity for me to share my insight with the students, because especially, you're going through a lot right now, which we didn't. For us, it was way easy back then. When we did our graduation, we did not face any calamity or pandemic. We had great teachers by our side. We had great mentors and professors who really helped us through everything. And we are quite grateful and thankful to all of them, every single one of them. They have really shaped our future, the way how we are. They have laid a foundation on what we have become today whatsoever, even the little things. The idea that I am sitting in front of you and giving you a talk, it's just because they have shaped our future. They have given us a lot of insights, ideas, knowledge, wisdom as well. So there is a lot of things that you can learn from your teachers. That is on the one hand, and on the other hand, it's about your contribution. So what is the definition of success? Can anybody just give me a definition of success? Maybe Damodar, Abraham, anybody in the room. How do you define success? Anybody there?
They are in, but they are short.
So success means doing whatever which is happy, which makes us happy for ourselves.
Fantastic, lovely, very good answer. So success, who is this?
Sir Amrish.
Okay, Amrish says that success is all about happiness, right?
Yeah, which makes us happy. Yeah.
Which makes us happy. I agree, totally agree. That's true. Anybody, any other definition for success? Because you're close to your career path, and then you should choose a career that would make you successful. So for that, you should know what success is, which I didn't know when I was 20. You guys might be in your early 20s. Somebody would be 19, 20, 21. So this is the time that you define what success is, because I had to wait for 10 years to know what success is. I'm turning 30 and then right now I'm trying to define success. But I wish I knew this when I was 20. So it's very important for every single one of you to know what success is. So for example, for him, it means happiness. Anybody else, any other opinion about success? How do you define success? Guys, you need to speak up because this session is not unlike the previous sessions what you've attended in last couple of days. Like I said, this session is all about you and I want your participation in it. So you cannot just sit back, mute yourself and then listen to me talking, So I really want you to participate in it. Just give me your contributions. Just speak up. Very important. Define success. Come on, guys.
Come out with your ideas. If you come out with the ideas only, you can able to you'll succeed always. If you're sitting back, then no, nothing will happen. You'll be always sitting back only.
It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. We just speak your heart out. Just say at this point of life, you're doing your second year of engineering, which is a great responsibility, very highly prestigious engineering graduate. So it's not about the knowledge, what you learn. It's not about mechanics of machines. It's not just about fluid mechanics. It's not just about numbers and formulas. It's also about your ability to communicate. So imagine your teachers and professors, they have a great depth of knowledge inside of them. They have acquired this knowledge over years. They have done their graduation. They have done their post-graduation. They have done their PhDs. So they have attained and acquired this knowledge. They were not born with it. Now imagine what if they lack their ability to communicate that knowledge to you. You would not be benefited out of it. They have the knowledge inside of their head, but what if they fail to communicate? So we cannot call them as efficient teachers. A teacher or a professor become completely efficient only when there is a combination of knowledge plus effective communication skills, what your teachers have now. That's the reason why we all are here. So similar to that, many of them right now in this room, maybe you are skilled, you have the knowledge, but if you fail to have the ability to speak up, that is something unsuccessful. That is something I would call as unsuccessful engineer. Maybe you might graduate someday, but if you go for a job interview and then sometimes they ask you to talk yourself, just speak up. And if you fail to do that, you become an unsuccessful engineer, though you are an engineer. You understand my point, right? So this is the time where you have to open up. You need to ask questions. You need to get out of your comfort zone. Speak up. Doesn't matter if it is right or wrong. The idea right now is to have the ability to question, have the ability to speak and share your opinion. When someone asks you something, you should not hold yourself back. You should say, yes, I may not know it 100%, but I will try. Right? Again, what is success? Somebody else.
Dreams come true.
Yes, say that again.
Dreams come true.
Dreams come true. Possible. Possible.
If you're struggling with communicating in English, you just talk in Tamil also. He can understand Tamil.
Exactly. Yeah, no problem.
Sir, achieving our goal.
Yeah.
Hard
Yes.
work into time.
What is it? Say that again.
Hard work into time.
Hard work in the time, right?
Into time. Okay.
Okay, great. That's a unique point of view. Very good. So you put your hard work into time, that becomes success. Okay. So now you're giving us the way how to success. Very good. So guys, this is it. Everybody has a different opinion of being successful, So the idea is you need to, by now, you need to know where to put your effort. I mean, the last definition, whoever gave me that, the hard work into time, that was fantastic. Because it's everybody works hard. I am working hard. You're working hard to put your semester examinations, submit your assignments. Your teachers are working hard to give you the best lesson plans. They are giving you a 1 hour lecture, but back home, they are spending maybe 3-4 hours to prepare that lesson plan for you. So everybody is putting the hard work. But the question is, are you putting the hard work in the right direction? That is the question. Everybody works hard. So if you want to be successful, you need to have the combination of hard work in the right direction. If you keep working hard for something that is not going to happen, not only you are losing all the hard work, yet it will not yield any result. You will not see the result. All you will see the hard work. And then at one point you will get totally disappointed because you've been working hard for so many years and yet you see no result. Why did that happen? Because you did not work hard in the right direction. Guys, are you listening? You with me?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Perfect,
Yes,
perfect,
sir.
perfect. See, you can stop me anytime. You can just ask me questions. If you feel that I'm way too fast, you can ask me to slow down. Or you don't understand any of the things that I'm trying to share, you can just say, sir, just stop. I didn't understand. Do you mind saying it again? Or no, what do you exactly mean by this? So you can do that anytime, right? All right.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah.
Good, great. See, now I want to be a little bit more specific because most of you are from mechanical background, mechanical engineering. So now, how big will be the role of a mechanical engineer in rebuilding a world post-COVID? So that is what I'm going to talk about, a world post-COVID. What do you mean by a world post-COVID?
After COVID, the world.
Exactly. After COVID. So after COVID, how the world is going to look like? See, we have to rebuild. There is no other option, guys. We have to rebuild the world because it's all collapsed now. So we need to deal with moving systems. So mechanical engineers obviously deal with moving systems. It's all about machines. So it's an area in which mechanical engineers are the best trained a lot. You are being trained a lot on moving systems. So now, if one were to step back a little back and then observe for a moment what has been happening during the crisis, we would find that major industrial groups, I'm talking about I worked for Mahindra. So Mahindra Aerospace is actually a major industrial group. So Mahindra and Mahindra had announced, I'm not talking about the aerospace division, Mahindra and Mahindra, they had announced even in March that they are going to venture into the production of ventilators along with public sector companies. So they're going to manufacture ventilators. So this is something unprecedented that hasn't happened before. So when you talk about the post-pandemic scenario, when you talk about the post-COVID scenario, an ideal case would be that we continue at least some level of such initiatives and broader spectrum. So you need to have your mind open. So for example, okay, Mahindra and Mahindra is something to do with the automobile or mechanical. So they have started a new division. So that's going to create a lot of opportunity, right? So guys, this pandemic will only be a temporary setback. This virus has come not to stay here. It has to leave. This COVID will leave. So whatever the challenges, what we are facing right now, it's only a temporary setback. And we have to bounce back eventually. We'll be back. That's for sure. 100% we'll bounce back, and that too heavily. So now if you look at the industry around you, it is difficult for all of them to function without mechanical engineers. Do you agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so because whatever the industry you see around, you guys do not have to worry at all because they cannot function without mechanical engineers like you. So guys, your role will be huge in rebuilding a post-COVID world. That's for sure, 100% guaranteed. The role of every single mechanical engineer, I repeat, will be huge in rebuilding a post-COVID world. You just have to make sure that you prepare the best version of you. Right? Guys, have you all had breakfast?
Yes.
Guys, I don't see the energy, I don't see the energy in you. You guys have to speak up. Don't worry about the speech, guys. See, I know you've been attending classes, but I'll keep it short. I don't really intend to stretch it and elongate it because I, as a person, always believe a person's speech should be like a women's skirt. You have seen women's skirt, long enough to cover the subject, but it should be short enough to create interest. So that has been my motto every time I speak. So I will not keep it, lengthy to keep you guys bored. It'll be very short, but I want you to have your full attention. Right, guys? Are you all there?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Absolutely. About the skirt part or about the industry COVID?
Industry code.
Good, good. Okay. Guys, now see, industries these days are, they are slowly moving to work from home. That we have to accept that fact. They are slowly all the major industries, because I am directly part of few industries, so I know how it works. So few of them have moved to the work from home basis, even the industries. So now this isn't something that we were otherwise used to. So, but it is possible for mechanical engineers to do this, because for computer science engineers it's fine, we can understand. For the information technology department, we understand they have the provision to work from home, and so does to some extent these electronic engineers as well. They have some digital electronics can be done from home. But mechanical engineers, you guys, do you think you guys can work from home? Maybe if this pandemic continues, what do you think? Anybody?
So no way, sir.
Mechanical engineers cannot work from home, right? You cannot be working from home with machines.
Yes.
So you have to be out there in the industries, right?
Yes, sir.
Anybody?
Yes, out there in the industry.
Correct. Anybody else have a different opinion?
No, sir. No, sir.
Abraham George, what do you think? Can you work from home? Mechanical engineer? I'm going to call out names now.
Definitely not.
Definitely
No,
not.
sir. Definitely we couldn't.
Yeah, definitely we cannot. True. See, but my answer would be yes and no. Right? Because there are aspects of engineers which can be done from home. I'm still talking about mechanical engineers. I'm not talking about IT or computer science. Excuse me. So as a surprise, too many people, we do quite a bit of long coding and programming. So that can be done from home. We do quite a bit of programs, at home. I'm talking about me. So we do a bit of regular stuff like dealing with the data in the Excel and creating documents. That's all possible. But the production units are where the actual action happens, right? So and that is done by mechanical engineers like you. So you guys cannot be sitting at home and then working on Excels and documents. Then nobody is there to do the actual job. So we have to admit the fact that the mechanical engineers have never worked from home before, because that was not even considered that possibility. Not before COVID, not after COVID. Mechanical engineers will never have an option to work from home. We have to admit that fact. They didn't work before that way. But due to this COVID paradigm, I mean, the entire paradigm means the pattern. So entire pattern has been shifting, because there is something called the new normal. Everybody is forced, including the mechanical engineers, to figure out how to be effective and outdo impactful engineering work from home. So even mechanical engineers in today's world, they have been forced to work from home in a productive way. So I'm just trying to give you guys a hint and a clue that perhaps, maybe there is a huge probability that maybe in a year or two, you all would be forced to work from home, mechanical engineers, if this pandemic continues, even if it doesn't continue, because we are rebuilding a new world. So mechanical engineers also work using computers. You know that there are domains like see, mechanical engineers doesn't mean that it's always you have to be out there with the machines, with nuts and bolts. There are mechanical engineers who works in design domains as well. They do product design, right? Using the software. Like what softwares? Can anyone name some softwares where you do the designing, product designing?
CAD.
Okay, AutoCAD.
SolidWorks.
SolidWorks. Lovely. Yeah. So all these softwares, prototyping and 3D printing are being attempted remotely. So now still the designings are happening, but they're all being done from home. So they're being done from home where the portability is possible. So portability means you can take home, right? That is portable device, portable devices. So if you master yourself in these SolidWorks or Pro E or AutoCAD, if you can really master yourself, you put all your hard work, you learn every bits and pieces of it. You learn about all the tools. Such people may be in highly demand. Who knows? Do you guys understand? Right? You get my point, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So maybe some of you can shift your focus from the actual manufacturing to the design domain, because maybe that is going to be the future of mechanical engineers post-COVID. Because most of the recruiters of all these industries and then multinational corporates gonna call you. Okay, do you know Pro E? Yes, I do. Do you know AutoCAD? Yes, I do. Okay, we have a job for you. You can still sit at home and then you can design for us, because you can access CAD workstations remotely via desktop application. Because if I know Pro E, if I know CAD really well, I really don't have to go to office. I can sit at home with my desktop. I can remotely work and submit my drawings. So such mechanical engineers is going to have a great future. That is one part of it. Doesn't mean that other engineers are not going to have a future. That is one part of where you can actually focus on right now, because you're just doing your first and second and third years. So I really want you to put more effort on these design domains. At the same time, you keep your eye out on the other domains as well, because this design domains is going to give you a great future. See, another thing, let's talk about something that is particular to India, because most of you, once you graduate, you're going to find a job in India. A lot of mechanical engineering firms around the world are now arranging for production stops and staff reduction. It is a fact. Trust me, guys, it is a fact. Like I know a lot of mechanical engineering companies who have shut down. Some of them have stopped their production and some of them have their staff reductions as well. So how exactly is it going to affect the scenario in India? Let's talk about here. Let's talk about right now, right here. It might change. So in the wake of the pandemic, the production units have stopped functioning. That's true. So whenever something affects the world economy, it affects all of its major units. So it doesn't mean that it won't affect mechanical engineers. So because we saw an economic crash, which means everybody is affected. As an aeronautical engineer, I am affected. As a mechanical engineer, your teachers are affected. And as a mechanical engineering student, you are affected. Your college is affected. Everybody is equally affected. And mechanical engineers cannot be exception of this rule. Now, having said that, that does not mean this that there is a revival will be too difficult for us. We can certainly revive. What do you mean by revive, guys? What do you mean? What is the definition of reviving?
Rising.
Rising. Yeah, exactly. Revive means when you are broken down and then there is a comeback. That is reviving. So we can, of course, revive. See, for instance, Damodaran, are you awake?
Sir.
You're awake, right?
Sir.
Okay. Listen to this, guys. See, for instance, right now you can get a masala dosa. Okay. How? By signing into a website. Yeah, not right now, masala dosa, Damodaran. You can now listen. It's only example. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So for instance, right now you can get masala dosa by signing into a website. You just have Swiggy and Zomato. You place an order. The masala dosa is at your doorsteps. But who is going to make it for you? That is the question. For us, it's only a click of a button. Masala dosa has arrived. So we are yet to invent robots who can do that. This is not Japan. This is not Tokyo. This is not Hong Kong. This is India. This is Coimbatore. This is Malamichambetti. So we don't have robots here. Right. So idea is that analogy, that example that I gave you works equally well for engineering. You need products to revive a functional economy, and these do not appear out of the blue. So which means we need products. The lockdown is not permanent feature of the economy, right? So maybe like at home, you can do something, but there should be something that is happening to make things happen. That can be only done by mechanical engineers. You need to go out and then manufacture these units so that it can really happen, right? See, we have to really maintain, industrial shrinkage. What do you mean by industrial shrinkage? Like I said, a lot of companies, industries, mechanical engineering divisions have been shutting down. And I cannot really predict post-COVID world. Nobody can, in fact. It's very difficult to predict right now how many industries are going to remain in a post-COVID world, how many industries are going to come. We never know. Because the entire world order has been changed due to COVID-19. We never know. So the idea is the crisis is not going to go waste. Whatever the skill set, perhaps this could be, much awaited turning point for the Indian economy. So it should result in too many thousands of core engineering jobs. I'm very sure about that. So whatever it comes in, we are going to develop a lot of jobs. OK, I have a very valid question now. Anybody can answer. So considering this scenario, guys, what skill? This is a question of you. In fact, this would be a question in your mind that perhaps you did not ask to your teachers or your friends, but this is always at the back of your head. You're really trying to find an answer for this. What skills should a student of a mechanical engineering equip themselves with to easily bag a job? You guys have this question with you right now. Is that right?
So yes, sir. He should be able to adapt to whatever the things happening in the surrounding around him, like COVID.
Very good, very good. He is right, because he just said we need to have the adaptability. Adaptability is a great skill. It's a great skill, trust me. And it's not easy to adapt. See, for instance, you are just engineers, and then when you graduate, you get a job and you go to a workplace. Sometimes your manager may not be so nice to you. Sometimes he might ask you to stay back at work, maybe for 2 hours. Sometimes you might have to show up really early. Sometimes you still might have to work from home. So in this case, it becomes very difficult to adapt for a person, and he says that I'm tired, I'm not going to go to that job, I quit. Why? This guy is a failure. He could not adapt. He wasn't taught about adaptability. He did not develop the skill of adaptability. So right now, I think COVID, if you look at the optimistic part, if we all learn to adapt right now, didn't we? Yes or no?
Yes, sir, of course.
Of course. We all learn to adapt, and this adaptability is going to really help you with the bag a job. But do you really think only adaptability can give you a job? What else is required? Anybody else? What skill should a student of mechanical engineering equip themselves?
Communication, the ability to speak up.
Fantastic. That was Abraham.
Yes, sir.
Good, good. A communication skill as well. That's also correct. Anybody else? What do you need? See, the communication skills is something that you need to definitely have, but that's an all-time requirement. That is not confined to this scenario alone. So I'm considering the COVID scenario right now. So considering the COVID scenario, what do you think you need to have so that that could help you to bag a job?
Software skills.
Say that again.
Software skills.
Okay. Next. Anybody else? Anything else?
Sir, commercial awareness. What are the things happening? Awareness, yes.
Yeah. So that's a good. Having a wide awareness will also help you to bag a job. Now let me tell you guys. I am not really in favor of giving such easy shortcut advices. First and foremost, I'm here to speak, but that doesn't mean that, I make you all feel good by just giving you bits and pieces of some good shortcut advices and then, and it's gone. No, I'm here to give you some permanent solutions. I'm here to make you guys understand, okay, this is not a fancy solution. I need a realistic solution that is going to really help me find a job. You guys are putting all your hard work. You guys are coming to college. You guys are signing up, and then you're working on, because now you're grown up. Your dad and mom doesn't have to tell you, okay, go sit and work on your assignments. They stopped telling you all this. They've been telling you all this until maybe grade 12, but now you're more responsible because now you have only one motive, one goal in your life, which is to what? What is the goal? What is the goal, guys?
To be a successful engineer.
Okay, to be a successful engineer. Anybody else? Being a successful engineer is a goal. That's a short-term goal. Maybe yes, that's a short-term goal. You are in third year, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, so one more year, perhaps you will be a successful engineer. That's your short-term goal. But what's your long-term goal? It's quite easy. You need to have a good job. That's a long-term goal, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's it. All we need to have is a good job. We need to have a good job, a job that can give us respect, a job that can give us reputation, a job that can pay our bills. That's it. That's all what we need. So I would say that competency in engineering skills cannot be overemphasized. Nothing can replace it. Every other skill one acquires is a bonus. So they would need knowledge to see, I'm talking about to get a job. To get a job, you will need knowledge in terms of various mechanisms and thermodynamic aspects of analytical thinking ability. Let me repeat. What do you need to have? Guys, you need to have. Are you guys taking notes? See, I want you all to take notes, Have a piece of pen and paper, man. Just not your phones in your hands. Everybody having a piece of paper and a pen with you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So what can help you to find a job? Like you need to have the knowledge in terms of various mechanisms and thermodynamic aspects of analytical thinking ability. So this is very important. They're all engineering skills. Like communication skills, we have engineering skills as well. So everybody's talking about communication skills. Everybody's talking about soft skills. Everybody's talking about your personality skills. Why is that nobody talking about engineering skills? What do you mean by engineering skills, guys? Sakir Hussain. What do you mean by engineering skills? Sakir Hussain. Sakir Hussain is not in the room.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what do you mean by engineering skills, Sakir Hussain? We know communication skills, we know personality skills, we know soft skills. What do you think is engineering skill? Sakir Hussain Kekada.
Yes, sir. Sir, knowledge about the subject thing.
Knowledge about the subject. Okay, that is, but that's still not a skill. What do you mean by a skill? Skill is something that nobody else possess. For example, you have a skill. Maybe I don't know what skills you have, but everybody's got skills. Some people are born with skills. Some people acquire them. For example, I didn't know how to swim, but I learned it. I acquired that skill to swim. I didn't know how to speak French, but I acquired that skill. So I know how to speak French. So there are skills, right?
Yes, sir.
Nandakumaran, Nandakumar.
Sir, sir.
Yeah. What do you mean by engineering skills, Nandakumar?
So know about the working of tools, sir.
Very good. Yes, and now I would call that as a skill. He's right. Because in engineering, mechanical engineering, there is a lot of tools, machine tools, design tools. So once you know how to work around these tools, that becomes a skill. That is called an engineering skill. Knowing more about various mechanisms, knowing more about various thermodynamics, that is what I call it a skill, engineering skill. So try to improve more of your engineering skills as well, along with your other skill sets, right? Guys, now a very obvious questions about robots, right? See, when I used to do my graduation engineering in Coimbatore, we have had this national level technical symposium. Unfortunately, you guys cannot go for that because of this pandemic. But we used to visit NITs, National Institute of Technology. We used to visit IITs, during our third years and fourth years. So we have seen a lot of robotic workshops, artificial intelligence. We have designed robots from the scratch. We have showcased it to the audience. We've done a lot. But do you think that in the near future we will see robots replacing mechanical engineers in your factories and industries? That's possible, right? Because everything,
Of course, sir.
yeah, that's very saddening. So we would see a lot of engineers. I mean, robots coming into future, and all your jobs are going to be snatched. They're going to take away all the jobs because they are going to be more efficient, and we don't have to pay salary to these robots. They will still work for you. Yeah. So let me explain that to you. See, as soon as the quantum teleportation becomes commercialized, you can expect that there won't be any more mechanical engineers. We will only see robots. Now, what do you mean by quantum teleportation? What does teleportation means? Anybody know what a teleportation is?
So moving from one place to the other at imaginable speed or something like that.
Excellent, excellent. That's exactly what teleportation is. You have a source and a destination, and then you reach the destination from the source at a light speed, a very high speed, an unimaginable speed. That is called what? Teleportation. So we don't have teleportation yet. It's just a concept for now. There are people doing research on that. So there would come a time where teleportation is commercialized. So at that time, there won't be any more mechanical engineers. We will only see robots all around. That would be quite an interesting sci-fi scenario, So you know what is sci-fi, right? What is sci-fi?
Science fiction.
Science fiction. Very good, very good. Science fiction. You see, yesterday's science fiction is today's reality. You guys need to know that. Do you understand? What did I say?
Yes, sir.
Yesterday's sci-fi is today's reality. Correct?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah. So so on more serious note, no robot is as likely to replace the range of duties that a qualified and competent mechanical engineer is supposed to perform. So does it mean that robots have come, mechanical engineers would go away? No way. Even the world's smartest, efficient, advanced, complicated robot comes in. The duties that a qualified and a competent mechanical engineer is supposed to perform, no robot is as likely to replace that range of duties. So it all depends on you, right? It's about your skill sets that you have. It's about how competent you are. So the time that you to ensure that you're working on things that is making you more productive and more beneficial. Are you waking up in the morning? Do you have rituals? Are you working out? Are you reading something? Did you finish a book? When was the last time you read a book? Nobody knows. So these are the valid questions that you need to be asking, because see, for us, when we were 20, we did not have to put this much of hard work because it was very easy world for us. 10 years ago, world was very easy. We did not have any pandemic. We did not have any crisis. So we did not have to put any effort, maybe 50% of the effort. But now you guys have to put 150% of the effort to enjoy what we enjoyed, because that's the world now. It's become highly competent now. There are no jobs. So if we used to study for about 3 hours a day, maybe you guys have to study maybe double. 6 hours a day you have to put in yourself. If you really wish to have a job that you wanted after you become a graduate. That's the world. That's the reality. I'm not here to disappoint you, or just because I just don't want to give you a fancy story and then walk away. I want you to know the reality, what you would be facing in a couple of months. You would be an engineer a couple of months, it's just a matter of time. So is there a solution? Yes, there is. And what is the solution? To become more qualified, to become more competent, right?
Right, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
See, guys, I'm going to share a small presentation. Let us see how it goes. OK. Guys, can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir. We can. Yeah.
OK, great, great. Guys, it is true that no explanation needed. Everything is ruined, So that's for sure. No explanation needed. But now, guys, just listen. You see empty streets, you see empty restaurants. So what is the themes of a post-COVID world? Founders don't stop. See, the sci-fi trends of 2010s tech investing will accelerate exponentially as every industry will adopt automation. What is AI?
Artificial intelligence.
So you might have seen a lot of that. So failures will be greater, but the successes. See, history repeats. You might have seen this picture. So this is not the first time that we are going through a pandemic. The theaters were closed. You see the hospital beds separated from one another, right? You see people working with the masks. So this was there maybe 100 years ago, not now. So every century the world goes through a pandemic. That is true. This was about 100 years ago. And 100 years later, here we are facing another pandemic. and being students, it's going to be extremely difficult to tackle it. Now, we are going to talk about all of this. Life, shopping, entertainment, healthcare, logistics, travel, and UBI. Guys, opportunities. Let's talk about opportunities. Consulting, pandemic, and planning and insurance. That is, they're all the office one. So now, the opportunities at easy to cybersecurity in one AI based is VR, AR, all of those. Home is connected. Now we have faster internet connection at home. Groceries, smart showers, entertainment, shared driveway, all of this. So these are all, see, I want to take you through there are opportunities in every sector, shipping. So if you look into the logistic part, some of you might be interested here, you will see how it has been developed. So travel, what are the opportunities? So these are the set of opportunities what we have in every segment. So the idea is you develop a skill sets that matches your opportunity. Now, see, look into this part. Guys, do you have any questions so far? See, now it's all about successful engineers. Now, what do you mean by successful engineers? Okay, I want anybody to answer me. Why did you join engineering? Anybody? Give me an honest answer, just not a fancy answer or just a beautiful answer. Just give me honestly from your mind or heart, because it's just you and I.
So I thought it would be a lot of fun. And
something
I
new.
also like science.
Build something new. So you hear?
ஹலோ என்னாச்சுப்பா வெளிப்பட்டாரா
Sir, ஆமா sir.
வெளியே போயிட்டாங்க சார்.
செக் பண்ணுறேன்.
Hey guys. Guys, am I audible to you all?
Yeah, you're audible, Altaf. What happened?
No, the connection dropped. I just tried to reconnect it. Sorry about that.
Okay, no issues.
Guys, where were we? I asked you all a question, didn't I?
So you asked, why did you join engineering?
Exactly. So I want an honest answer, like I said. You see, what is your goal in your life? Why did you join engineering?
I want to build something new.
You wanted to?
Build something new.
You want to do something new?
Altaf, I'm Suresh.
Yeah.
When you ask this question, no, why did you join engineering? I remember those days when you're first year, when you're all first years. I used to ask you all, what is the
Exactly.
purpose of joining aeronautical engineering? So it just came to my mind right now.
Yeah. So
The
it's
same
like
question.
reviving old memories. Exactly, sir. I remember when we were in semester 1, I think right after the first day out. We asked the question, and 10 years later, I'm asking the same questions to your students.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, guys, it's a very critical question in your life. If you can really ask yourself deep inside of you, you will be able to find that answer. It's a very critical question because there can be many reasons why you have joined, but if you ask yourself, yourself should tell you that okay, this is the reason why I joined engineering. I had no other reason. So, like he said, he wanted to try something new. Anybody else? Damodaran or Abraham? Anybody? Nitya Kumar?
Sir, I thought it would be fun, and I also like science, and I think engineering is the place where I could develop my creativity, so I just joined.
Okay, multiple reasons. So first he said he thought it would be fun, but actually if it is fun, then you could have been a radio jockey, man. That is more fun. Then, he said it's creative. That is true. Engineering is all about creativity. So true, yeah, it is a combination of everything. Maybe, if you like something, then you will have definitely fun doing it. There is no doubt about it. Because I am a speaker, I used to do corporate trainings because that's in my oxygen. I love to speak to people. I love to talk to them. I love to share things with them. It's in my DNA. So eventually, sometimes I wake up at 4 o'clock, sometimes I wake up at 5 in the morning and I work on my presentation. I just add a couple of quotes and then things. I don't feel tired because I don't hate doing it. I really love doing it. So I find a lot of fun in it. So similar to that, he thought. You said you thought. Who was that?
Sir, Amrish.
Yeah, Ramresh, you said you thought. So now you realized it is not fun, huh?
No, certainly not.
Okay, now you realized it's not fun. It is something very serious, huh? Engineering is a serious job.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, guys. So everybody has different perspective. So I cannot say what he is right or he is wrong. Everybody is right. Because it's about your purpose. So the idea is when you become a successful engineer, it matters. Whatever you said, it matters. What you do next is what's going to really decide your future. So for now, your short-term goal is to become a competent mechanical engineer. That should be a short-term goal. And once you accomplish that, what's next? Like I said, to find a job that gives you respect, a job that gives you reputation, a job that is going to pay your bills, and the job that lets you be a better human being. So the more the life gives you, you have to be more humble, not arrogant. Okay, so I even like Suresh sir said when he asked me the same question 10 years ago, I really remember what I said. He asked me because he was asking every single person in the room. We were like about 55 people, in a classroom. And then he walked in. He used to be a professor then. So he asked in and he asked me, he was asking everybody and he asked me too. He might not remember what I said because he asked 55 students, but I remember my response. He asked me, Altaf, why do you want to become an engineer? Then I said, I never heard about aeronautics.
No, not like that.
Really?
Why you came for an aeronautical engineer? What is the purpose of joining aeronautical engineer? That is my question.
Yeah, aeronautical engineering. So that I said I never heard about aeronautics. So I said, we wanted to study something new. At that time, aeronautics were not much prevalent. Nobody knew much about aeronautics. So at that time, we really thought aeronautics would be something that would be a turning point in our life, because there were a lot of mechanical engineers, there were a lot of electronic engineers. But then I understood, I realized after we graduated, it's not really about the subject that you choose. It's really about how competent and how skilled you are. Because I've got a lot of friends who studied with me during our college days, who graduated with us. They're working in all disciplines. Though we were aeronautical engineers, some of them are working in the mechanical division. Some of them are working in the electronics division. Some of them are even working at a bank. Trust me, they are at a cashier. They are doing in bank, and some of them are into legal advising. So it's not just about the graduate. It's all about the skills what you learn and acquire in that 4 years of your life. Because engineering is something not about only knowledge. It disciplines you as a person. When the college said 9, we used to be there at 8:55, because if it is 9:05, then we would be just sitting out the corridor. That is how it was. They disciplined us. So maybe in 5 minutes we are not going to lose any lecture, because they might not, the teachers might not even have started the lecture. They might have just entered the classroom. But if we came late, we have been asked to stand out. And now we realize it's not about losing that 5 minutes of lecture, but it's all about disciplining ourselves in our life. So now today I don't go to work late, because today the lecture starts at 11, and so I was calling Suresh sir at 10:55, and then he said we'll schedule the session, because this is all the skill set what we learn. So why did you join engineering? You will have your reasons, but guys, make sure that you discipline yourselves with a great amount of skills. That is really going to come handy once after you graduate. See, some reasons. Parents wanted me to be an engineer after 12th. Either you become a doctor or engineer. I was not cut out for doctor, so I chose engineer. Yeah, some of you really wish to become a doctor or a dentist, and then you didn't want to do BSc, so you compromised for engineering. Some, like I said, some said engineering is challenging. I just go find out what engineering is. A lot of excitement. Some people say, yeah, I need to earn a lot of money, man. Money, travel, status. Some people say to make a difference in the world. You are mechanical engineers, you make machines, you've got a lot of innovative skills in you. Some says I want a job in a big company, like Mahindra and Mahindra, or you want to work for some great multinational corporations. Or somebody says I want to start something on my own, entrepreneurship. So everybody has their reasons to do engineering. I asked this question at the beginning of my session, like, why do you want to define success? Some people, nobody said, do you want to get rich? I'm really happy with that response, because I think you're too early to think about being rich, because right now your focus is all about job and then your career. Do you want to change the world? So I think you may go 10, 20 years without answering these questions, but eventually you have to. That's the reason why I asked you in the beginning. So success, it depends from every single person. Maybe Damodaran's success is different from, Abraham's success, and Abraham's success may be different from, Nitya Kumar's success, Nanda Kumar's success. So it's all different. So you need to set yourself for success according to your own metrics from the start. You cannot delay it anymore. You're in year 2, year 3, year 4. I don't care what year you are in, but you have to tell what success is for you. Is it getting a good job? You have to define your success, and you have to work hard for it. That's it. Now, no one formula. Engineering is a field that requires many people with different skills. This is what I've been telling you, because you'll be always working in a very challenging industry, mechanical engineers. On a daily basis, you would have to solve a lot of complex problem in a simple way. You are the solution finders, guys. Mechanical engineers are the solution finders, because I'm working for an aerospace firm. We are dealing with a lot of mechanical equipment. I know, because we are ideally into a MEPSER, which means mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. So every day it's a new problem to us, something that we haven't seen yesterday. Sometimes the thread size is big. Sometimes we need to have the sometimes we need to have this, what do you call, dimensions are different. So there are lots of options that you really need to work on. Guys, are you there all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guys, you're listening? David?
Sir, we are with you, sir.
Yeah, what are you doing, David?
So listening in note.
Very good, very good, very good. So, like I saying, the best engineering, you need to be solving a lot of problems, complex problems, not easy problems, complex problems in an easy way. That's what engineers do. So you need to build skills for that. That's also part of success. You can see my screen, guys. Can you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Learn from others' mistakes and errors as well. See, what are you passionate about? Do that. This is my very simple advice. Everybody has got your own skills. You're all mechanical engineers, that's for sure. I can call you maybe a second year. I can call you like a half mechanical engineer. Maybe we are 50% there. And whoever in the third year, you're 70% engineer by now. So, but that you've all studied the same book. You've all studied the same. You all did the same tests. You all did the same assignments. You've all attended the same seminars. You've all watched the same videos and read the same books. But that doesn't mean that every single one of you is the same. No. Each of you is totally different. Every one of you is totally different. Guys, can you see me now?
No, sir. Presentation.
You cannot? Are you guys able to see me now? Hello, is that there?
Sir, presenting.
Guys, can you listen? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking about getting a lot of magical skill sets and drastically change with time. So you have to find a career that value in any job. Just do outstanding work no matter what the task is. It's very important. See, for instance, maybe just when I graduated, I didn't find a job that I really wanted to find. In fact, nobody did. Some of them they might have, but I didn't personally. Talking about myself, I did my aeronautics, then I did my aerospace. So I was very keen to work around aircrafts. I was very keen to work around aircraft engines, building, designing. But I found I ended up in a job for the first couple of months. It was an American company where I was nowhere related to aerospace. So every day I used to wake up and go to job, and then I used to be this guy feeling so disappointed. When you've spent so many years doing your engineering, submitting projects and assignments, and yet here you are at the corner of a desk answering calls, making calls. You're not supposed to be this guy. You're not designed for this. You understand, guys? Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that was my story. So I was listening, I was just doing, but I wasn't disappointed actually, I still did that job with 100% honesty. I still did that job with 100% sincerity. I still showed up at work early. I left late. I had a great harmony with my managers, with my team leaders, with my colleagues, with my team members. I gave my 100% to that job because at least during that time, that job put the food on my table. I knew this job was going to pay for my bills. It took care of my family, at least for some time. So no matter what job is, if you take it up, do it with 100% honesty. Whatever the little task that you do in your life, do it with 100% honesty and put all of your hard work into it. It will pay you results. It will pay you the reward. That job which I was in at the corner of the desk, making calls, fixing people's internets at home, I learned a lot of things at that job. It taught me a lot of skills. A skill how to talk to people, how to be polite to people, how to politely say no to people, your negotiation skills, your soft skills, communication skills, personality skills, how to dress, how not to dress. It taught me a lot of skills, but it didn't teach me any engineering skills because it was not an engineering company. So what I did, every single skill that I've acquired from that job, I transferred those skills into the new engineering job that I got. Later, I found a job. I found a job in Bombay. I was the cabin supervisor for an aircraft. We used to refurbish the aircraft's interiors, cockpit, fuselage. So the skill sets that I learned. So my idea is whatever the career job that you find, just do an outstanding job, no matter what the task is. Don't feel bad about it. You will eventually get there. So when you are in a job, day one, what do? You start looking for another job. It's mostly the choice that you make, not the talent or the IQ. It's all about the choice. So whatever the little job that you have, you just perform it outstandingly. Right? Guys, are you there?
Yes, sir.
It comes to the startup versus big corporate. Some of you really might not want a job. Some of you really want to become entrepreneurs. So it's up to you. You can be both, no problem. So it's a good idea. So some of you can still be a mechanical engineer and you can still be more innovative, find something new, become somebody, a job giving person. You don't have to find jobs, you can give jobs, but you need to have the skill set. Remember, engineering skills plus the soft skills that collectively defines your success. So now it's post COVID, it is going to be a world of a lot of startups. Big companies have more opportunities to change the world incrementally. So both can be exhilarating and both can be very frustrating. What do you mean by exhilarating? Interesting. What is it?
Interesting.
Interesting, exactly. So you can choose it wisely. So it's all about salary, bonus, so getting hired. This is for people where to work. I just talked about that as well. So no matter what it is, become best in the world at it. See, your first job, you guys are going to get a job very soon, very soon. Maybe you can just join as an apprentice somewhere and you would still get your stipend. So no matter what it is, plan 2 to 3 years to get really comfortable and productive. What the job is, work as hard as you can. You're just young. You still have the ability to work hard. They say, if you bleed in the training, if you sweat in the training, you will not bleed in the battle, right? Have you heard the saying? If you sweat in the training, you will not bleed in the battle. What does that mean? Anybody? Guys, what do you mean by that? If you sweat in the training, you will not bleed in the battle.
To study well, sir. Study well in college, to perform well in public.
Exactly, that's it. Because now you are not in the battle, now you are in the training. Now sweat, work hard these 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, whatever it is left, 1 year. So if you sweat now, you will not have to bleed after you graduate, else you will start bleeding. So now this is the time that you have to give your outstanding work. Just outstanding work, give your best. You have great mentors at your workplace, in your college. You have your teachers to help you out. You have to make really use of them. They're all experienced. They have a knowledge, but you need to be inquisitive. You need to show that curiosity to learn more. That's only when they're going to share with you. If you hold yourself back, thinking that, okay, I just need to know this much. Okay, now I understood. I don't want to know more. You are limiting your capacity to learn. You're going to be an average engineer. Maybe some of you are going to become an engineer, but not even average, a bad engineer. You would be still an engineer, but a bad engineer. If you want to be a good engineer, if you want to become a great engineer, you have to really exploit your teachers. They are the only source what you've got all these 4 years around you. You with me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So know your career path. Like I said, technology keeps changing now. Always look for trainings, attend workshops. Wherever there is knowledge everywhere, try to acquire them. Look for it. Be greedy. Greedy for what? Be hungry and greedy for knowledge. Trainings, workshops, attend them, read books. Have a journal, write some journals. Have all these skill sets. Wake up, have a morning routine, rituals. Go for walking, sweat. Because if you work out, your body actually releases these pneumotronic genes, which will really help you to learn more skills. Do that. Have a habit of writing, keeping a journal. Have a visual board. You guys are staying in hostel. Some of you are staying at home. Have a board. You write your goals down because you will see these goals that will make you even more wanting for it. Okay, this is what I have to do. This is my future. This is my job. This is my career. This is my assignment I have to do. This is the new workshop that I have to attend. This is a new language that I have to learn. This is a new course. This is a new design tool that I have to learn on. Write them down, put it on the wall, stick it, see it every day. Look at it. Because for instance, if I want to buy a Mercedes, because Mercedes is my favorite car, so it's not that I own one, but I always wanted to own one. So what I do, you know what I do? I have a poster wall. I have a vision board in my room. So I put out a thermocol and I just printed out few Mercedes pictures and I posted it on the wall. So every day I wake up, I see the picture of Mercedes. I go to YouTube, I just watch a couple of videos. Why? Because it will give me the fuel to work for it and to buy it. If I don't see it, I don't want it. Do you guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you want a job, a particular job, you want to put it on the vision board. If I want a car, I put it on the vision board. I'll see it every single day. That will give me the motivation and the inspiration to achieve it. If you don't see it, you're not achieving it. You have to see yourself where you're going to be post-COVID world. What job that you want to do. Do you want to be a VIP? Or do you want to be a successful graduate? It's up to you to choose, right? Now, once you are in a job, it's not just about job. Now you have to get ahead. Some people think that, okay, now I'm in my job. Okay, finish, done. I'm settled for life. No, that's when your career actually starts. You need to climb the ladder of success. You need to improve your communication. You need to have promotion, corporate team culture, learning a lot of things. That is only one part of it. So once you're in a job, don't sit back and relax. You have to get ahead of your career. You have to get rewards. You have to prove yourself. Right? Are you there? Write papers and attend conferences. Be active in IEEE. You know what is IEEE, right?
No, sir.
Anybody knows IEEE?
No, sir. No, sir.
Yes or no?
No, sir. Could you explain?
Okay, what is IEEE? Being an engineer is very important that you know what is IEEE. It's an association. So world's largest technical professional organization dedicated to advanced technology. So you have to go to website, go to IEEE.com, register yourself. You will see a lot of workshops happening there. The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, that is IEEE. This is an example. So you would have something very similar to IEEE for mechanical engineers too. Okay. So BTech, MTech, MBA, or whatsoever, this is IEEE. So you have to go there, register yourself. You will see a lot of ongoing training. So this will inform you about engineering. They'll keep you connected to the non-techie world. That'll keep you boiling out. So guys, that is basically about a successful engineer career. In fact, so like I said, it's a combination of putting all your hard work, success, and having a routine. It's not just about one day. I've seen people, I was one of them, when I know the schedule is out, I just used to study like 6 hours the night before the exam and then go. And then I used to pass the tests. It was only a one night study that I used to do because luckily I had a great memory. So I was trying to memorize a lot of things, but I really don't want to be me. I really don't want you to be studying 6-7 hours the night before the exam and then just pass for the exam. Guys, it is not about the intensity of the training. It's all about the consistency. Just do little things, few things. So what matters, what makes you a master is not about a lot of things that you do in 1 year. It's about the little things that you do every day. Every day. So consistency is very important in your life. So be consistent in whatsoever you're doing. Be consistent in your hard work. Be persistent, not giving up. Work on your skill sets, both soft skills and personal skills, and that should be preparing you for a world that is after COVID. So remember, there is no such thing as after COVID world. The world will be there. It's only the mindsets of the people that is going to change. It's only the perspectives that is going to change. It's only a skill sets that is going to change. So I really wish to end this session giving you a note on the idea that you guys really have to become more passionate on learning new things, especially being a mechanical engineer. I would suggest you to shift your focus on the domains of designing domains, more as AutoCAD, Pro E. These would still continue to have a great amount of demand even after COVID, and also other aspects of the life where you really need to put in your effort. So no matter what it is, I want you to give your 100% attention, 100% focus, 100% dedication, commitment, and hard work, sheer hard work in what you do, and that is definitely going to pay you the results. So focus, have both short-term goals and long-term goals, because right now your short-term goal is to be a successful engineer, and at the same time you also put down your long-term goal, like what after my engineering I would like to become so and so. Find out more about mechanical engineering designations. What if I complete my engineering? What job am I going to get? What would be my designation? Would I be called as a mechanical engineer, or would I be called as site engineer? So find more about designations and jobs, and then start preparing, work on your resume. Right now you have 1 year ahead, but still I want everybody to have your own resume now. You start, because resume plays a critical role in getting you hired. Every HR, the human resource, would look into the resume. It speaks for you itself. Resume has a language. So don't just push it forward until the day that you find a job, and then you prepare a resume a day before. Spend all these times, months, little by little. Don't rush to anything. Don't force anything, but have everything organized. Your resume ready. Your skill sets ready. You improve on your communication skills. You improve on your engineering skills. So slowly but surely, you're all going to be great engineers sooner or later. But what I wish to have is not just engineers, but great engineers who contribute to this world. And your presence should matter, even in a smaller way, to the company or the firm where your organization where you're working. Maybe if David Rajan doesn't show up, the manager should say that, OK, our work has impacted. Maybe Nandakumar didn't show up at work, the manager should say the work is still pending. Maybe Sakir Hussain didn't come up, and the operation head should say that our consignment, we couldn't send it. So even whatsoever little way that you can make an impact in your organization, do that. And that can only be achieved through sheer hard work, persistence, and constant greed and constant hungry that you have for the knowledge. So that's all, guys. Any questions that you wish to ask me before we end up the session? Anybody there?
Students,
Yeah.
if you have any doubts about your career, please ask him. Or anything, whatever.
Mechanical engineering, or what do you think, a world or skill sets that a mechanical engineer requires? Or we actually spoke about it, but still, if you still have any questions about it. But I hope everybody understood, right? Anybody did not understand any of it? And I really hope that it was beneficial to you.
Yes, sir. It was.
Hello, Altaf.
Yes, sir.
It was a great motivational ideas given to the students.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Good to hear that from you, sir. It's a privilege.
You are
Actually,
so
the session is
inspirational to the
very
students.
extraordinary performance by Altaf today.
I'm feeling very.
I seen you what to say, doing MOC in the colleges. So that's what I've seen you. So this is the first session I'm seeing about to the students.
Yes, sir.
You spoke well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's a very inspirational speech from you.
No problem. It's an honor, being you. I mean, Kalidas sir is there, you are there, in your presence. If I could just speak few words to the students, as a person, I feel more honored, sir. Whatever I could contribute, a little bit of it.
Yeah. Also, you look so smart.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, but God bless you. Let's
Thank you
meet
so
again.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Students, any questions from your side? Or we can end up with the session, please.
No, sir.
No one. Okay, thank you, Altaf, for your wonderful presence here.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
for the motivational speech given by you.
You're welcome, sir.
I hope we need some more sessions from your side as per your time constraints.
Happy to be here, sir. Happy. Everybody take care of yourself, and my best wishes, all of you.
Thank you, Altaf.
Bye.
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 Please post your feedback. I have given you the feedback. Just post about the resource person. I think the feedback form will be on your screen. Just post it.
Sir, where is the feedback, sir?